welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my own DIY bag charm for my purse. Spoiler alert, I already finished making the charm, so if you want to see how I did this and how you can make it on your own, keep watching.
So the very first thing I did is I grabbed the bag I wanted this bag charm to go onto, and I determined where exactly I would be attaching the charm because I needed to know what type of hardware to use. These are some of the supplies I used on this project. These are jump rings, which are used to connect different bits in jewelry making. These are some of the pliers I used. The first type of plier are cutting pliers, which is pretty self-explanatory. Those are for cutting beading wire and other types of metal findings. These are round nose pliers, which are typically used to make loops. And then the next type I'm about to show you are flat nose pliers. Okay, so I arranged a little bowl of different types of supplies I felt like I might be able to use on this actual project. Here I am just showing you guys some of the different stuff I gathered.
Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that little ASMR break, but here I am just showing you certain selections of different items I added to my mix. Those were some buttons, here's some acrylic beads, we got charms, pretty much just whatever I thought was cool and unique. These are some findings, hardware pretty much that I did eventually end up using to affix my bag charm to my purse. And here is some footage of me just hand selecting some of the beads and basically putting them on the short list for this particular bag charm. That is my first round of drafts. And then I just kind of keep adding to my selection. I don't even know how the heck to describe the vibe I was going for, but I was really inspired by those little like acrylic apple beads. I thought they were so cute and I don't think I ever used them before. Anyways, so some other supplies I ended up using, I'm just going through right now. The pliers you saw are called crimping pliers, and these right here are called crimps. What you do is you put these on the end of beading wire and you kind of smush them down as I'm about to show you guys in a couple seconds. And what that does is it just kind of creates an ending on your project of beading wire so that you can then add things like clasps, other jump rings. And yeah, so how you do it is you add the crimps to the wire just like I'm doing here. And then you can actually create a little loop by doubling the wire back on itself and pushing it through your crimps. I applied 2 crimps just because these ones are kind of small, but you don't always have to do that. It just makes it a lot more secure. And yeah, I'm just pushing the other end of the wire back through the crimps to create a little bit of a loop. And I'm kind of just pulling it taut here, adjusting the size of the loop. Hopefully you guys can see that. The focusing in this video is a little bit strange. I film on my iPhone, so that's why some of my equipment is not very high tech. Anyways, though, I'm using the crimping pliers to pretty much smush down the metal crimps and make the end basically finished so that we can start to bead on the beading wire. So here are some other beads I decided to add to my mixture of things I was going to use. And yeah, I am pretty much just stringing on beads in no particular order, just whatever I felt looked cute. And I tried to show you guys pretty much every bead. There were some that I added and then ended up taking off as I kind of just adjusted and worked to my own personal tastes and preferences. But there's the apple bead again. It is so stinking cute, you guys. I don't know, it kind of just, I kept thinking of like New York City and the Big Apple. I don't know. Nothing else about this gives New York, but that just was kind of an idea I had. I felt like the aesthetic of this was very like mid 2000s, especially with the mixed metals I used and the like brassy tones, you know, browns and the reds and the greens. Yeah, this smiley face bead I think I ended up taking off. but it was cute. Sometimes like you really have to do a lot of adjustments just to make it perfect, because really this is just about what makes you happy and what you think is cool, because a bag charm is just such a personalized thing in that way. What I'm doing here is I had that charm that was a chest piece and I tried to just string it on, but I didn't like the way it was laying. So what I'm doing here is I'm showing you guys how to open a jump ring. You take it into 2 different pliers and you kind of pull it apart from itself, but like not like you're yanking it open. You kind of have to push the sides out. And yeah, that's how you open it. If you try to pull the 2 sides away from each other, you're going to actually break the jump ring. So that's something that a lot of people might not realize who've never made jewelry before. Anyways, I added the charm to the ring and then I strung the charm with the ring onto my beading wire. And yeah, I liked the way that that laid so much better. It had a lot more of movement. Here I am just continuing to add beads. So do you guys think that bag charms are going to continue to be as trendy in 2025 as they were in 2024? Because I haven't really seen a lot of bag charms in person. I have seen some on TikTok. I've definitely seen them all over Pinterest. And as a matter of fact, Pinterest was a great resource for me when I was planning this project, because it gave me so much inspiration and also information. And it really helps me just kind of get in the right mindset to do this project. So I highly recommend browsing Pinterest before any craft projects you do, because it just has such a wealth of information and inspiration. Anyways, this was such a cute little ladybug bead. Like, so many of the beads I ended up using on my bag charm were just beads that I had lying around that didn't particularly fit any of my other ideas before. And so I was really glad that I was able to use up what were kind of odds and ends to me in a sense. And this button, I don't know, I really loved the idea of including buttons on the bag charm, but I actually ended up taking this one off because it just wasn't giving what I wanted it to. I don't know, y'all. All right. Yeah, I just really didn't like that button. I don't know. My imagination did not align with reality. Anyways, then I added this key charm again. I loved the bronzy, I don't know, maybe brassy tones of this charm. And yeah, the color scheme of this, it was just such a vibe to me. It's not something I would usually be going for, but I thought it was so cool. Anyways, I am just holding up the charm to the purse just to kind of see how it was going so far. And yeah, I loved it. So I was just kind of continuing down the same road that I already was. I'm just adding my finishing beads, honestly. I got this little E initial alpha bead, which obviously I'm Erica IRL, if you didn't forget. Remember to subscribe. But yeah, I gotta have my initial on there because obviously it's custom, personalized for myself. Yeah, and I loved those star beads. I don't know. This really was just such a passion project, because usually when I make jewelry, I guess this isn't necessarily jewelry, more of an accessory, but when I make jewelry, I usually just make it to put on my shop and I just intend to sell it. I don't make customs really for myself, so this was a really cool experience in that way. Anyways, I am finishing off the bag charm in this clip, and what I did is I used 2 crimps, just like I showed earlier in the video, and I cut off the excess wire. I made a little bit of loop with the help of my pliers, and I pushed the extra tail of the wire into the crimps, and I secured it with the crimping pliers to flatten it out and make sure no beads can come off any longer. And then I just cut the tail end of the wire. And yeah, we have the whole finished segment. I think it is so stinking cute. And all that is left to do is attach the hardware that will help me put the bag charm onto my bag. I just showed that little clip, by the way, of this piece of hardware opening and closing, because you always want to make sure your clasps are actually functional before you add them to your product. I have learned this over time from experience, so take it from me. Anyways, I'm just attaching it here, literally the final steps, and voila! Isn't it so freaking cute, you guys? I don't know. It's not my usual aesthetic, but boy, I just thought it was adorable. It fits perfectly into like the vibes that I saw of so many other ones, but at the same time, it is so individual and unique. I ended up attaching it to my zipper because I don't remember if I mentioned this already, but I didn't have any hardware that would let me attach it to the strap. So maybe in the future, I'm going to go to the craft store and look for something else I can actually put the bag charm onto so that it can go to my strap instead of the zipper. But this is still pretty great for now. I love the length of it. I love the way it hangs. I like the little pop of color and also shine from the metallic beads and the charms. And yeah, there she is. And so if you guys have ever made your own bag charms or you own your own bag charms, I would love to see that. Like if you tag me in your pictures or videos or you link them in the comments, because I really do think this is such a cool and unique trend.
This was a super fun project. I had a lot of fun filming this for you guys. This was a project I probably would have done on my own anyways, but I figured it would be great to just kind of spread the knowledge and show everybody what my methods were. I do make jewelry and have my own handmade online jewelry business. If anyone is interested, I'll put the link in my description and I will also write it somewhere here on the video. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to be out with a new video soon. Please remember to like and subscribe, comment, share, whatever you feel called to do. I'm just so happy that you're here watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!